Yo, what's going on, guys? Bexio, and today we're going to be talking about more finance stuff. And as you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about credit versus debit and cash, and why you should be using your credit card instead of using debit or cash, your debit card, or any cash, physical cash. So we're just going to be talking about different little points, in my opinion, and what this stuff is about. And at the end of this video, I have a card that I'm going to recommend people go and get. I use this card, and I think everybody should use this card because of the rewards that it offers and how easy it is to just go up and, one, sign up for it and get it, as well as the rewards they offer. Super easy. So let's just get right into this credit versus debit and cash, which is pretty much the same thing. But firstly, a big point right off the rip is any credit card stuff, any theft with a credit card, you're not responsible for. Now, the same thing is true for a debit card, but we can go over this scenario right here. Imagine the bank who has your money and you're using your debit card to use your money and buy stuff, and your debit card gets stolen. Now, you're not responsible for the money or anything that's charged during that time, but the money will come out of your account, and since it's your money, it's just going to be a headache to go and deal with to try and get that money back. It's going to take many weeks, maybe some months to get your money back and recover from, having it being stolen from you. And no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to deal with that headache. So the flip side is a credit card. If that gets stolen, then whatever is charged to the card, you're not responsible for. And since it's the bank's money, so you got to think of it this way: the bank is paying that credit card stuff, and then you pay the bank back at the end of the statement and stuff. That's how a credit card. And since it's the bank's money, the bank is going to care a lot more about their money and going to fix this problem and get their money back. So they're going to be right on top of it, as well as you're not out of pocket anything. You're not going to have to wait for money to come back because they're just going to waive it and let you know that you're all good. If it got stolen, you're not going to be responsible for that theft. Some cards you might be responsible up to a certain amount, like $30 or $50, but that's still better than, someone stealing your debit, spending thousands of dollars, and you not being able to get that money back for many weeks, maybe months, and just having to deal with that headache is just going to be terrible for anyone in a situation that no one wants to find themselves in. So that is one big reason on why credit cards are better to be used than your debit card, especially, and cash doesn't really fall into that category. But with cash, let's just say you're carrying a lot of cash on you. If you lose cash, it's gone forever. It's done. You don't have any, you can't get that back. If you have $1,000 in cash in your wallet and then you go and look in your wallet and it's not there anymore, you don't have that money anymore. You can't get it back. You can't say it got stolen. It's cash and it's just gone forever. So that's why I would never carry any substantial amount of cash in your wallet or anything like that. There's no real reason to, especially with credit cards and debit cards, and you can just use a credit card. Now, the second part to this is going to be talking about the reward side of credit cards and credit and what you can do with that. So the way I see this is, if you're going to use a debit card or something, you might as well use your credit because you're spending the money either way. Just with a credit card, you're getting a reward for spending that money most of the time, and a debit card, you're getting nothing. You're just spending that money and it's gone. So you might as well spend it on the credit card and then make sure to pay it off at the end of the balance so you don't have any interest in paying that stuff, and then it's just as if the same exact thing. And you can have credit cards with the cashback rewards, points rewards. You could redeem for travel, for hotels. You can just redeem straight up cash. You can get cards that have 1%, 2%, 3% cash back. Some can have 5% cash back on a rotating calendar type thing. And you might as well get that back, because any percent cash back you get basically is like that product or whatever you bought was that percent off. So if you have a 2% cash back, then that product was 2% off. You just paid for 98% of it, but you got 100% of it. So you might as well do that, especially in cases where you are already spending that money anyways. So you might as well get a reward for that. Especially cashback is super common and easy to get. I mean, there's plenty of cards, and one of the card that I'm going to show you at the end of this video is a cashback rewards card. Super simple, and you get to make money essentially by buying stuff. So another thing that you could do is called credit card churning, and this is when you open up a credit card for those bonus points, that big bonus point like startup thing for opening the card. You got to spend a certain amount of money. So what you would do with those is cards or money that you were going to spend already. Usually the opening balance is like spend $3,000 in the first 3 months or $1,500 in the first 3 months, something like that, and then you'll get like 60,000 points on this card, and you can redeem those points for free travel, and you just do a rotation of that, of opening new cards to get the reward points to travel for free and get free plane tickets, free hotels, doing all that types of stuff. There's a lot of people that do this a lot. You can find more really in-depth videos on how to do this on YouTube. I'm not going to go super over it, just that's a super like basic look at it, and it's just a lot of people do that. So if you travel a lot, credit card churning could be the way to go for you. It could be a good way to get free flights and free hotels, and if you're traveling a lot, it's going to save you a lot of money already. The one thing I would say with this though is make sure that when you open the new card, you're not going to spend that, like if it's $3,000 in the first 3 months to get the extra points, try and get a situation where you were already going to spend that money so you don't have to go out and spend it, and then that's extra money you're spending and putting out, and now you're out that $3,000 over 3 months instead of planning for a $3,000 expense and putting it on that card to pay it off in that time. That's what I would do, and that's the thing that makes most sense to try and do it that way and make sure credit card trading goes right for you, so you're not just blowing a bunch of money to try and get these points, because that's not worth it then. So guys, we covered the little bit basics of credit versus debit and why you should always use a credit card compared to debit and cash. It's just overall better. You can get the rewards for you. The theft on credit cards is a lot easier to deal with than on a debit card, and then cash is just straight up gone if you lose it or get it stolen from you. So with that being said, there is one card that I think everybody should have, and if you don't already have it, go up and sign up for it. They're pretty good with accepting people. They're not super strict on like what credit you need. You don't need excellent credit to get into this card, but the card is the Citi Double Cash card. And now with this card, there's a couple things that I really enjoy about it, but a big thing is the 2% cash back, meaning everything is 98% off, and it's not a rotating calendar of any different types of categories and stuff. It is on everything. So it's 2% cash back on everything that you spend on that card. It's 1% when you spend, 1% when you pay, and then you get a collective little amount that will show you your cash back, and you can cash it out at $25 once you earn the $25 cash back. So big thing I like about this is their app they come with. The card comes with the Citi app, and you can go on that app. It shows you your balance of how much you owe for that statement. It shows you your current credit you're using, your total credit line. You can click on the thing to show you your APR rate right now, your total credit. It'll show you everything. You can scroll through it and look through their services they allow for you. You can look at your cash back in the app and see how much cash back you have accrued already, and see when you're getting close to that $25 mark to cash out, or you just let it sit in there until you want to cash it out. You can go up to $100. It's just $25 is the minimum to cash out, so there is a little bit of a block on the cash back that you have to get back. So if you don't spend a bunch of money on the card or in general in doing different things or buying food and stuff, if you're not spending a bunch of money, it might take a little bit longer to get to that $25 mark, but ultimately you will get to that $25 mark if you're using this card instead of using debit and credit. So that's the card I'd recommend everybody go and get, everybody have, and be like the card that you use for just everything basically. You can dive deeper and get the category cards where it's like 4% or 5% cash back on gas on certain months, and then you use it for that, and you can get deeper into this. But this is for the basics, for people who just want one card that does it all, and you get 2% cash back, and you don't have to worry about rotating categories or anything like that. So guys, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Also on support. I'll see you guys in my next video.